here. And as you guys are starting your 35th anniversary, it was only a year, 36, and you're celebrating the 35th anniversary. Some things are not prepared. For me, it's only been about a year and a half that I stood right here, nervous and just beginning my journey. So I'd like to dedicate this speech to all of you in this room who have helped me get to this moment in my life. You know who you are. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, I love music. I love all kinds of music. I like jazz. I like blues, reggae. I love Latin music. But if I had to pick one type of music to stir my soul, it would be classical music. And although I like the compositions of Beethoven and Bach and even Tchaikovsky, my all-time favorite composer is Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I don't remember how old I was or where I was when I first heard Mozart, but what I do remember is the sound. It was just so beautiful. From the first moment I heard it, I knew it was a sound of music that I had never heard before. It was at that moment that I knew that this was just something that I needed to be a part of. And the more I began to read about him, years later I discovered that he had a really difficult life. But I was amazed at the music that came from him, from his heart, and from his mind. Mozart was born January 27, 1756. And he died December 5th, 1791. 35 years. That's all the time that the world had with him. 35 years. And yet in that time, he created over 600 pieces of music. Here was a man that created his first concerto at the age of 4. His first symphony at 7. A full-scale opera at the age of 12. 600 pieces of music. Many of them considered masterpieces at the time that he wrote them. And yet, he died. Penniless. A pauper. He was buried in a potter's cemetery in Vienna, Austria. But his music lives on. Over 200 years later, we are still talking about and writing about and listening to the concertos, the operas, and the symphonies of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Ladies and gentlemen, I can honestly stand before you today, especially in this place where it all started, and tell you honestly that I know exactly what Mozart felt when he wrote his music. No, I haven't suddenly become a genius. And no, I have not written hundreds and hundreds of speeches. And the few that I have written, most of them will never be considered masterpieces. But I know what it feels like to have the music that's inside of you, inside of your heart, and inside of your mind, compressed down into something that only lasts for 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and share it with the world. I know what it feels like to take that thing and have it resonate with people that you don't even know. I know what it feels like to have people come up to me after my speech and thank me for saying words that made their life just a little bit more beautiful. I know what it feels like to create a sound that no one has ever heard before. And although I have no musical talent whatsoever, I know what it feels like to create a symphony. Now, some of you might be confused right now. Some of you are saying, wait a minute, I know what a symphony is. A symphony is a piece of music. A symphony is men and women sitting in a big room, a grand concert hall, an orchestra, right? That's not the true meaning of symphony. Webster's defines symphony as simply a harmony of sounds. Look it up. A harmony of sounds. Which means that, yes, a symphony is music, but it can also be a harmony of thoughts, a harmony of ideas, a harmony of emotions, a harmony of feelings, a harmony of words presented, expressed by one person or group of people. And for those of you who are still thinking that we're talking about music, Webster's also defines harmony as a combination of parts brought together towards an organized and more beautiful whole. And that's exactly why we're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. In the 18th century, during Mozart's time, if you expressed any idea of becoming a successful classical composer, a composer of any note, pun intended, there's only one place in the world that you can go. That was Vienna. Vienna was the center of the classical music universe. If you wanted to be the best, Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, Mozart, you had to go to Vienna. There was lots of schools and musicians and great concert halls, but everything began and ended in Vienna. 219 years later, the same can be said about those of us who are in Toastmasters in the District 30 district, in District 30. Sure, there's lots of clubs, and we all talk about presidents. We all have presidents and VP of Educations and treasurers, but if you want to be the best, Michael Gugis, Elizabeth Stevenson, Sheila Armour. If you want Ivory Gwynn, if you want to be the best, you have to come to the Broadview Toastmasters. It's just that simple. Now, some of you are not Toastmasters, so let me explain to you how Toastmasters works. There are actually 2 tracks. So when I say that the Broadview Toastmasters Club is the best, let me explain why. Some of you are saying, wait a minute, how can you say that? I don't belong to this club. You don't even know why. Let's take the leadership track at first. The Broadview Toastmasters Club just creates leaders. I don't know why, they just do. They create not just sergeant-at-arms or presidents or VP of Education, they create leaders. So you have Michael Gugis, immediate past district governor. For those of you who don't know what a district governor is the supreme commander of District 30. So again, Michael Gugis, immediate past district governor. Pat Martin, past district governor, right before Michael. Elizabeth Stevenson, current South Division governor. Ivory Gwynn, Mr. Toastmaster himself. Just put a title, put the Ivory Gwynn name there, and you have it. Current president of the Broadview Toastmasters Club. Sheila Armour, past area governor. And past president of the Broadview Toastmasters Club. Leaders. This is what they do here. So that's just the leadership track. Now let's move on to the communication track, because we've heard a lot of things about what's going on. So let me break it down to you. Not only are we here to celebrate 35 years of excellence in the Toastmasters universe, we are here to celebrate the fact that the Broadview Toastmasters Club 3303 has reached the exalted position of President's Distinguished in the first time in their 35-year history. Let's give them What does that mean? I didn't know. Many of us don't know. So what that means, let me give you a quick breakdown. To achieve President's Distinguished, you have to have completed 9 out of 10 goals. 2 CCs, 2 competent communicators. You have to get 2 more CCs, 2 more competent communicators. 1 AC, which is an advanced communicator. 1 more AC, advanced communicator. You have to have 1 CL, competent leader. 1 ALB, advanced leader bronze, advanced leader silver, or distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest level that you can reach as an individual in Toastmasters. And then you get 1 more CL, ALS, or ALB, 4 new members, or 4 more new members, a minimum of 4 club officers trained during each of the 2 training periods, and 1 club membership due renewal report and 1 club officer list submitted on time. That last one never excited me too much, but it's one of the goals. So what does that mean in terms of music? What that's really saying is that this club has inspired 4 people to write and create 10 symphonies each. 2 more members to have written and created 20 symphonies. Either 2 people who have either led other people to create their own symphonies, or 2 more members to write DTM's 40 symphonies. Then you need 4 more people who have even walked in the door and thought about, maybe I should create my symphony here. And then once they came through, you got to get 4 more people to do that. Then you got to get 1 person to create a list to keep track of all that. And you had to do all that in 1 year.